Hey everyone, it's attorney Bianca Jordan from brazenlegal.com. Today's video is about what happens in a deportation case. So there are a variety of ways in which someone can be deported. If you're coming to the United States with no papers, the government can expeditiously remove you, and it's basically an expedited removal where they're not letting you in and they're forcing you to leave right then. Another way is through going through immigration court. And in that process, it's basically the same. The government is trying to remove you from the United States. And through immigration court, that process starts by the government issuing you something called a notice to appear. And it's a notice for you to appear in immigration court. The notice to appear is a document that lists why the government is deporting you. It will start by saying, Jane Doe is a national of, X country. On such and such a day, this person entered the United States and, stayed beyond the time that they were supposed to stay. And the government will then list the reason and cite the law under which it's trying to deport you from the United States. The first stage after this happens, after you're issued the notice to appear, the first stage of the immigration court hearing is something called the master calendar hearing. And at the master calendar hearing, you will appear in front of an immigration judge with the Department of Homeland Security. And at that moment in time, you can tell the immigration judge what you plan to do. Do you accept that, do you accept the charges pretty much that the government is right in trying to deport you? Or do you want to apply for certain benefits from immigration? Also, during this time, if you do not have an immigration attorney with you in immigration court, and it's strongly encouraged and recommended that you do have an immigration attorney with you if you are in deportation proceedings. Oftentimes, the immigration judge will postpone your immigration case to give you enough time to find an immigration attorney, because it's very important that you have an immigration attorney, even if you agree with what the government is saying and that you agree that the government should deport you and you want the government to deport you. It's still very important that you have an immigration attorney so that you understand what's going on and so that your rights are really represented during this process. So the first stage is the master calendar hearing. And if you don't have an attorney, the immigration judge will oftentimes postpone to give you time to get an immigration attorney. But if you have an immigration attorney, then that immigration attorney, again, on your behalf, will tell the immigration judge what you intend to do. For example, if you applied for asylum and now your asylum application is being transferred to the immigration court so that you are applying for you're applying for asylum in deportation proceedings, your attorney will just tell the immigration judge that they need more time to prep your case so that you can apply for asylum. And that will kick into the second part of your deportation proceedings, which is the individual hearing. That is like a trial in which you are basically making your case to the immigration judge as to why you should not be deported. During this time, through your immigration proceedings, through your deportation case, you have various defenses and options for defenses to deportation. You might qualify for cancellation of removal, which is something, if granted, you're able to get a 10-year green card. You might qualify for, something called withholding of removal, which is exactly what it sounds like. They don't deport you and you're able to stay in the United States and you're able to get a work card. However, this will never lead to citizenship or a green card or what have you. There are a variety of defenses to deportation, which is why it's so important to work with an immigration attorney on your case, because you don't know what you qualify for unless you speak with an immigration attorney. At the end of your individual hearing, the judge will make a decision as to whether they are going to order you deported or removed, or whether you've made your case enough so that you can get the immigration benefit or the defense to deportation that you were applying for. If that happens, let's say, for example, one of your defenses is cancellation of removal and you are able to get cancellation of removal, the judge will order that, and you can use that court order to then apply for your green card. If at the end of your deportation proceedings, the immigration judge issues an order of removal, you will be given X amount of time to leave the United States. There are times where you're able to ask for voluntary departure, which is exactly what it sounds like. You are volunteering yourself to leave the United States. And in that case, you are given usually about 120 days to leave the country. And if you leave the United States before that time, then it doesn't count as a deportation against you. But if you are in fact deported from the United States, once you actually leave the United States, you cannot come back for at least 10 years, depending on the reason for your deportation. I hope you found this video helpful. If you'd like to learn more about deportation or my law firm, you can visit brazenlegal.com/deportation. And if you have any questions about this video, or if you would like to discuss your immigration case with me, you can call my office for a consultation. My phone number is 508-942-7497. Thanks for watching.